Hey everybody, it's Fam321 here, bringing you some more Pokemon Battle Revolutions. This is going to be my first 6v6 match that I get to post on my channel, and this is a match I got against someone by the name of David123847. I'll go ahead and leave his YouTube channel down in the description below, so you guys can go check it out if you want. Checking out his team, in my opinion, his most threatening Pokemon is going to be his Milotic, because, well, I typically fear Milotic, especially in 4th gen, because it's really bulky and threatening to my entire team, and that Gengar might be annoying if it does put one of my Pokemons to sleep. But anyways, without further ado, let's just go ahead and begin the match. So right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and start off by sending out my Vaporeon because, well, it's my more bulky Pokemon, so I just want to send it out, kind of scout what he's going to go ahead and try and do. And he's going to lead off with his Dodrio, and, well, at this point I'm kind of contemplating on what I should actually go for. I mean, should I go for a substitute, maybe actually hit him with a Surf? But in the end, I decided to go for a substitute, and that was pretty bad because he's going to taunt my Vaporeon, making it pretty much useless because its only move that I can actually go for is going to be Surf. So I'm going to switch out into my Magnezone because I figured that Magnezone can pretty much take anything that the Dodrio actually hits it with, so that was my decision on why I went to my Magnezone. He's just going to go for the return, and I know Magnezone resists it, but still, that did a decent amount of damage. He's going to get hit with the Life Orb recoil, so now I definitely know what item this thing has. And now I'm just going to straight up go for the Thunderbolt because, well, that's probably my most effective move. He's just going to go for the return. I guess he just wants to sacrifice his Dodrio, I guess, but whatever. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt, and that's going to be enough to KO his Dodrio, so one of his Pokemons are definitely out, so that's pretty good for me, I guess. Starting off, I'm doing really well. I already KO'd one of his Pokemons, so yeah, now he's going to switch out into his next Pokemon. I guess at this point, he's just deciding what would be the best Pokemon to switch out into, so that's why it's taking a little bit for him to go ahead and actually pick his Pokemon, but he's going to switch out into his Regigigas, and, well, at this point, I'm just trying to decide if I should stay in on the Regigigas. I mean, I know Regigigas most likely has a fighting move, but I decided to stay in. I went for the Thunderbolt. I got a critical hit, so that was really lucky of me. He's going to go for the Fire Punch, and I'm hoping that Magnezone could take it, but he got a critical hit, so I guess my critical hit kind of countered back at me because he got a critical hit. I mean, I bounce back, what am I saying? But yeah, that's gonna be the end of my Magnezone. So right now I'm just deciding on what Pokemon I should switch out into, and I decided to switch out into my Magnezone. I know he has a Fire Punch, but, well, I do have the Bullet Punch, so I know I can outspeed this Regigigas and just revenge kill it, so I'm just gonna go for the Bullet Punch, and I did manage to outspeed it, and that's easily gonna be able to KO his Regigigas because my Metagross is Choice Banded, so that was my decision for that. And now he's gonna switch out into his next Pokemon. Coming up later in the match, I'm gonna skip a part because, well, I'm only gonna skip the waiting part because I spent like 2 minutes trying to decide what move I should go for, and I believe it's gonna be pretty soon. I'm just checking to see what my Gengar can do to the Milotic, and, well, right here I'm just checking what Pokemon would be best to switch out into, and I decided to go switch out into my Vaporeon because Vaporeon can kind of wall the Milotic. He's just gonna go for the Hypnosis, and thankfully it misses because, well, I kind of want to use my Vaporeon for an Acid Armor Substitute Baton Pass set, but yeah, right here I'm just gonna go for the Substitute just to go ahead and scout what he would use, and, well, he went for the Dragon Pulse and got a critical hit, so I'm guessing it's more of an offensive Milotic, so yeah. Now for this next move, I believe the part where I try to decide what I am trying to do because, well, I was kind of clueless on what to do because that Milotic, since it is offensive, it can pretty much destroy a lot of my team, so I'm deciding maybe which Pokemon I should sacrifice. So yeah, I'm checking what move would be best on my Metagross, and Explosion's definitely not the best choice. But anyways, guys, I'm not sure if you noticed, but the quality on this match might have been a little bit bad compared to the others, and that is because when I recorded the match, well, my bitrate went down on my HD PVR recording device, so the quality is going to be a little bit worse than normal. I will try and fix that by the time I upload my next Pokemon Battle Revolutions match. So yeah, I apologize if the quality tends to be a little bit more bad, but actually right now in the end I just decided to go out and switch out into my Gengar, and, well, pretty much I thought my Gengar would be the most useless Pokemon, and I just wasted that much time only to find out that he would switch out into a different Pokemon, and he's gonna go out into his Scizor. I'm just gonna go for the Hypnosis this turn because, well, I just want to put one of his Pokemons to sleep because it makes the match that much more easier, and his Scizor was kind of threatening. I mean, I would rather prefer to put to sleep his Milotic, but whatever, at least I put his Scizor to sleep, and now he's going to switch out, or I'm going to switch out into my next Pokemon. I'm kind of deciding maybe my Dragonite, because my Dragonite does know Fire Punch. So yeah, I'm going to switch out my Gengar and then just send out my Dragonite. And my Dragonite can do some work. He's going to switch out because obviously his Scizor's put to sleep, and he's going to go out into his Gengar, which is going to be really threatening for me, I guess, because if he does go for the Hypnosis on my Dragonite, then, well, my Dragonite's pretty much screwed, I guess. But yeah, I'm just deciding maybe I should go out to my Gengar and put my Gengar to sleep instead of my other Pokemons like my Dragonite, because, well, I thought my Dragonite would be more useful later on in the match, so that's why I'm going to switch out into my Gengar, because I felt that Gengar would probably be the more useless Pokemon in my team. He went for the Hypnosis, but he ends up missing, so that's pretty good for me, because he's missed 2 Hypnosis so far, and I have his Scizor put to sleep, so I definitely have an advantage this point in the match. I'm going to go for the Substitute, because I was predicting him to go for another Hypnosis, and he ends up going for another Hypnosis, and it ends up failing on him. I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball, because it's probably my best bet, because that's the only attack move that my Gengar knows where it can attack on the first turn. But yeah, he's going to switch out into his Scizor, and I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball. I'm hoping it does a decent amount of damage, even though our Scizor does resist it, but it ends up doing a pathetic amount of damage, but his special defense did drop. At this point, I'm deciding if I should go for the Focus Punch or the Shadow Ball. I mean, if he does wake up this turn and I go for the Focus Punch, then my Substitute is dead, but if not, I still keep my Substitute. So in the end, I decided to go for the Focus Punch, and he's going to go for the Bullet Punch on my Gengar, and that's easily going to be able to break my Substitute. So right now, I'm just hoping that the Focus Punch ends up doing a decent amount of damage, but it does a pathetic amount of damage to his Scizor. I mean, I guess Shadow Ball would have been the better option because the special defense did drop, but whatever, I guess. I'm going to go on to my Vaporeon because, well, I figured that Vaporeon can kind of wall a Scizor if he keeps on going for the Bullet Punch, because Vaporeon does resist the Bullet Punch, and he is gonna decide to stick with the Bullet Punch, and it does a pathetic amount of damage to my Vaporeon. At this turn, I'm just deciding if I should set up, maybe go for an Acid Armor, but then again, the Acid Armor will be kind of useless if he does switch out into his Milotic, but in the end, I did decide to go for the Acid Armor, and he did switch out into his Milotic, so that's pretty bad for me because, well, I just wasted a turn on an Acid Armor. Probably could have set up a Substitute or something, got a free switch out into a different Pokemon, but yeah, I decided just to go for the Acid Armor, and that's pretty much useless on his Milotic because it is more of a special attacker. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the Baton Pass, and I'm gonna Baton Pass out into my, I'm just deciding maybe my Gyarados might have been the best option because I can't set up a couple of Dragon Dances on his Milotic. That would be a good option. But yeah, I just decided to send out my Gyarados, and well, I'm just hoping that he doesn't know an electric move. I'm gonna go for the Intimidate, which is pretty much useless, and he is gonna go for the Dragon Pulse. Gyarados does end up taking the Dragon Pulse quite well, so now I know that next turn I can definitely set up a Dragon Stance. I'm just trying to go for a Gyarados sweep at this point, and his Scizor won't be able to do too much because I did get the Acid Armor off, and yeah, he's gonna go for another Dragon Pulse, and well, Gyarados is taking it quite nicely. At this turn, I'm deciding if I should go for another one, which probably isn't gonna be the best bet. My best bet is probably just to go for an Earthquake, and well, that's what I decided to do. I'm hoping that the Earthquake would be enough to KO the Milotic, but sadly, it isn't enough to KO it, and he's gonna go for the Dragon Pulse. Gyarados does take it quite well, so I guess I'm hoping that this Earthquake will be enough to KO the Milotic, because then I could pretty much get a sweep unless the Bullet Punch ends up KOing me from his Scizor. But yeah, I'm gonna go for one more Earthquake, and that's gonna be the end of his Milotic, so that's gonna be really good because his Milotic was the huge threat to my team, and now that it's gone, then well, I think I have a pretty good chance of winning. He's gonna go out into the Jolteon, and well, I'm kind of worried at this point that I won't be able to outspeed it, but I do manage to outspeed it. I'm just gonna go for the Waterfall because it is my strongest attack because of the same type of attack bonus. So that Waterfall is going to destroy his Jolteon, and so now he's going to switch on to his next Pokemon, which is going to be his Gengar. I know my Gyarados has no problem outspeeding the Gengar, so I'm just going to go for the Waterfall, because like I said, it is my most powerful attack, and the Waterfall is going to end up destroying his Gengar, but he does have the Focus Sash, so he's going to go for the Thunderbolt, and that's going to be the end of my Gyarados, so I guess I didn't end up getting a sweep on it, but no problem. I'm going to go out into my Metagross because, well, I'm just trying to decide if I should go to my Metagross because it does know the Bullet Punch, so I can easily revenge kill a Gengar because it does have the Focus Sash, so it doesn't have much HP left. So I do decide to go out into my Metagross and just Bullet Punch away, but he's going to switch out into his next Pokemon, which is going to go ahead and be back out into his Scizor, and I'm just going to go for the Bullet Punch, and Scizor ends up taking it quite nicely considering that my Metagross does have the Choice Band. But yeah, at this point, I'm just going to go out into my Vaporeon because I was predicting him to, well, I guess just go for any move because Vaporeon can just destroy him. He's going to U-turn, and he's going to U-turn out into his next Pokemon, which is going to be his Gengar. His Gengar is pretty much useless, and so is his Scizor. His Scizor doesn't have the best HP, and his Gengar is only down to 1 HP thanks to the leftovers. So yeah, I mean, Vaporeon didn't end up taking the U-turn from the Scizor too well, so that kind of sucks, but whatever. I'm gonna go for the Surf at this point and just KO one of his Pokemon, but he goes for the Hypnosis, and well, he finally hits a Hypnosis, and Vaporeon is put to sleep, so I guess that's pretty bad, but I have other ways of taking down his Pokemon. I'm gonna go back out into my Metagross because, well, Metagross is probably my best option because it kind of walls his Scizor and his Gengar both. He's just gonna go for the Thunderbolt, and the Thunderbolt isn't gonna end up doing too much damage to my Metagross. At this point, I'm deciding if I should go for the Bullet Punch or just go for the Meteor Mash because the Meteor Mash would probably be my better option. And he's gonna decide to stay ahead and go for the Shadow Ball, and I do manage to live it. I mean, I did as much damage as Thunderbolt, but yeah, I'm gonna go for the Meteor Mash, and it's gonna be able to easily KO his Gengar. Now he's down to his final Pokemon, which is gonna be a Scizor. I have no problem taking down a Scizor because, well, Metagross can kind of destroy this thing, and I do have my Dragonite, which can easily KO the Scizor as well. And, well, he's just going for the Bullet Punch. I'm hoping that I can live the Bullet Punch, and, well, that's gonna be enough to KO my Metagross. But no worries, like I said, I have other counters of dealing with this Scizor. So now I'm just gonna go on to my Dragonite, and, well, my Dragonite should destroy his Scizor at the very end of this turn, so that's pretty good for me. I'm just gonna go for the Fire Punch, and the Fire Punch is gonna be enough to KO his Scizor, but he's gonna go for the Bullet Punch first, and he gets a critical hit, so I guess he got kind of lucky there because if he KO'd my Dragonite, that would have been bad, but Bullet Punch wouldn't be able to KO it. Anyways, I went for one final Fire Punch, and that's gonna be the end of the match. So I guess if you liked the video, please rate the video, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, have a nice day.